and the jello in the pudding. We eat the pudding when the clock strikes midnight in the hallway with the jello. Jello pudding hallway. Yum yum bubblegum. Because it's Tuesday, which means we do the live stream without the pudding in the hallway. Because you know what's up. Because you know what is up. I don't know what's up. Somebody knows what's up. May not be me. May not be you. Somebody out there knows, though. Hello, Trippy, Rishi, Alexander, Logan. I literally just saw your email come through. What's going on, dude? Joshua, David, why are you tearing it apart? Hello, Cole. Vardy, what's up? Hello, Dad. Hello, Mom. Let's get weird. Why gotta come apart? Well, we gotta do final assembly. We gotta do final assembly on the STI. We never did final assembly. We just skipped past final assembly and went straight to first start to see if it would all start. Now we gotta go back through and start cleaning things up. So we gotta do the stuff. So we gotta tear it back apart to build it even better. Even better. Which is good. That's what we want. We just have a lot of stuff to clean up in the engine bay. The intake manifold's got to come off. We still have to redo a power steering line. A whole bunch of small stuff here and there. So we gotta pretty it up. Right now it works, but it's kind of messy, and now we gotta pretty it up. We gotta make it all look nice again, because we got 2 to 3 weeks before we send this thing over to the dyno. Because we're gonna do our break-in tune on the dyno with Mr. Josh Bader, because we tried to remote tune the car. Car was throwing a fit. We don't want it to throw a fit. Can't really drive it while doing it remotely because it's throwing a fit. So we're just going to do it on a dyno. So we're just going to tear it apart. We're going to clean up the engine bay to actually make things look nice. We're going to start powder coating some of the engine bay stuff that we didn't quite do yet. So it's just all the final assembly stuff for the STI. So tomorrow I'm going to start tearing apart. And then once everything's like in its final form, when our power level is over 9,000, we'll start reassembling it all. Like permanently reassemble it all. EG33 is way too good on the ears. I know, right? I found a coolant link in there too that I got to fix, which I have a feeling was a result of why we were getting higher coolant temps when we shouldn't have been getting higher coolant temps. So I got to fix that also. It's just a whole bunch of small stuff. Just got a set of Blauby OEM headlights and set of Spec D for 195 shipped. Bruh, I'm feeling happy. I'm building the OEM with Circuit Demons. Nice. Very nice. Happy Tuesday, Trevor. Michael, what is going on? Riley, I'm feeling better now. See, we're not tearing apart permanently, just temporarily. You're messing with us, right? No, I'm not messing with you. We got to tear apart the STI to do final assembly because we didn't do final assembly on it all. We just kind of put it all together to make sure it would all work. So now we gotta take it apart, clean everything up, make it all look nice, reroute things, organize it all, and actually like make it look like a pretty engine bay, because right now it does not look like a pretty engine bay. I also need to fab up a mount for a top mount, oil cooler, whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of small stuff that we gotta do. Sup Tanner, up in Tacoma tonight, wanting to see how the STI turns up when it really gets going. It should be, so once the STI is like roadworthy after we do the base tune and the break-in tune with Josh, I'll be bringing the STI out to some local meets if you guys want to see it. So keep that in mind. I don't know when they're going to be yet, but soon. Blew up already? Hell nah, brah. We just got to do final assembly on it. Do I like the S4 exhaust finishers? I see them on the Bluebird. I actually really like them. I think it's a nice finishing touch to the rear end of the car. I think it looks beautiful. And we also have to tear things apart so that way I can go in there and weld a couple things and fab some stuff up just to clean it up a little bit more. I was wondering if the EJ33 F6 EG33H6 suffers from the same fueling issue as the Flat 4 does. Not necessarily, no. The bigger problem with EG33s is cooling. I'm also looking at, when we do this teardown, we're not tearing it completely down. Like the intake manifold and the charge piping is really the only things that are coming out. I have to rebuild a couple spark plug wires, but it's all like small things just to clean it up, make it look all nice and pretty again. But where was I going with that? I don't even remember where I was going with that. No, biggest issue is cooling. So I'm probably going to add an auxiliary radiator down into one of the fenders also. Wheel horsepower goal for the STI on the 6870 that we have in there now on E85. We're going to max that turbo out. It's probably going to max out at 1,000 wheel horsepower. When the Evo's running and when the time comes when I have some funds set aside, we're going to pull out the 6870. The 6870 is going to go onto the Evo, and then the STI is going to end up getting a 7675, and that should push us to our 1,200 wheel horsepower end goal for the car. So the 6870 will just go to the Evo, and then the STI will just get a bigger stock location turbo. I guess bigger turbo. It's not stock location anymore. Bring it to PA. Pff, not with these gas prices. You kidding me? I ain't driving that thing at all with these gas prices. I'm joking. I'll drive it. I'll probably just drive it on E85 only because E85 is a lot cheaper. You can get E85 in Canada in barrels. You can do that down here too. You can do it down here too. It's nice. I just got to get some forged fuels. I want to say they're down in like the Portland area. They deliver E85 in barrels. Or E98. Ooh, E98, you fancy. Dude, E85 is going to be up no more soon. That's the word possibility. What? Who said? What do you mean? What you mean? What you mean they getting rid of you? Where'd you hear this news? Where'd you hear this news? Hey, I sent you a DM about transporting your car to Josh. Just finished my build. Anthony! Anthony, is this Anthony? I don't know if this is Anthony. LJ. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first half of that screen name. I'm going to butcher it so bad. Anthony. I want to say that's Anthony. I have a feeling that's Anthony. Josh. Who is doing pop tunes out back? What BMWs are driving around with pop tunes right now? Tearing apart the STI. Why? For final assembly. We didn't even do final assembly on the car. So I have to fix a power steering line. There's a couple things I still need to weld up, like the intercooler brackets. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go pick up some argon so that way I can finish welding, fabricating some of the small stuff. It's just small stuff to clean up the inch bay. Anthony, if you're down, I am totally down, dude. What's your Instagram name, though? Toss your Instagram name out. I believe YouTube will hide it, so that way only I can see it, but I'll write it down if you throw it out there. I knew it. Josh sent me a screenshot. I messaged Josh back, but I don't think Josh has had time to get to my DM yet. 6870 is huge! Have to ask, why is the Evo spools turbo so much better than the WRX, even though the WRX is twin scroll? The Evo, stock Evos are twin scroll also, if you didn't know. I didn't know that. Evos are twin scroll. The more we know. The more we know. We learn more. I don't think... My manifold got delayed. It's somewhere. I don't know where it is. It says it's coming from Syracuse, New York. So it'll be out here eventually. And when it does, then I'll Cerakote it. We'll get that ready too. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time. Dominic always talking trash. Dude's sad. Dude has talked a lot of trash about me. It's alright though. I don't let it get to me. Everyone's got haters, and people hate people for no reason sometimes. I just don't understand it. And if people do hate me, I'm always curious as to why. Like, what have I done? What did I do to you? Who did I hurt? How did I hurt you? I'm just a dude in a garage trying to learn to do my own thing, and for some reason that really pisses some people off. Might be buying an 05 STI soon. Very nice, Lucas. I'm jealous. I do miss my old 05 STI. It was cool to see. I saw Austin was in the chat up there somewhere earlier. Really cool to see that. See Karma again after a while. My homie has a FG2 build on E85, and supposedly the word is going to take out E85 so they can get rid of racers. Then we swap to methanol. You can't stop us. You take away our E85, we go to methanol. Simple as that. 459 pump gas in Olympia. Oof. Dude, I went to the gas station earlier to pick up batteries. If you guys saw the latest Evo video, I had those digital micrometers. This morning I went and I got batteries for it. I looked at 92. We don't have 93 up here. We have 92. It was fucking $5.45 for 92. It's wild. After this stream, Melanie and I are going to take all of my VP canisters and we're going to Costco and we're going to go fill them up. Because supposedly the fuel up here is supposed to go up to like $7, and I ain't paying $7 for fuel. We will sit in the garage, and we will make all of our videos in the garage, and we will have a good time. Damn it. But yeah, anyways, it's ridiculous. I own a 2.5 RS, and I want to STI swap it. Do it, man. I'm about it. I am totally about it. I'm 100% about it. Smedia, show me on the doll where Smedia hurts you. I don't understand it. Like, I genuinely don't understand why people hate people, especially like... If I've done something to like make someone hate me, my total apologies. That was never my intent. But I'm literally just a dude in the garage trying to learn how to do my own thing. I'll never get it. I'll never understand. Also, speaking of gas prices, I got some pretty good MPGs in the BRZ this morning when I went out to the shop. I got up to like 50 miles per gallon. Throw that thing in 6th gear, like 50 miles an hour, like 2K RPM. Woohoo! Get some good gas mileage right there. I used to live in Tacoma and saw some of the craziest Subis up there. There's a handful of us. There's definitely a handful of us. $7? That's just what they're projecting. I don't know how accurate that's going to be. That's just what they're projecting. I'm about to be using my Subarus to go everywhere. It's ridiculous. I'm driving my mom's car because the gas is regular instead of my LG or my Legacy GT. I don't blame you at all, dude. I don't blame you at all. I was debating getting a Honda Grom, actually, because they get like 134 miles a gallon. I think it's only like a 2-gallon gas tank, but I'll take that any day of the week. And yes, Forge Fuels is great to work with. They are in St. Helens, Oregon, $4 a gallon. That's really not bad. They have really good quality E85 too. I've talked to them a little bit on Instagram. You refuse to turbo my grandpa's Kia Forte. Bring it over. Bring it all. Do you bring all the parts? We'll turbo it right now. I can't promise it'll last long, though. Yo, Speedy, I was inspired by you to pick up the 04 STI over the weekend. Congrats, Lucas. First STI, and it's like 5 times cleaner than any WRX I've ever owned. E60 BMW coming next week since I couldn't decide between 2 of them. Nice. I mean, 2's always better than 1, right? I'm about it. I am about it. If it's a sedan, it's a GC8 as the 8 designation for turbo. C is sedan. Yeah, I know there's like GF8, GC8, a whole bunch of them. It's only going to get worse. Wake up. I never said it was going to get better. I never said it was going to get better. Never. Never did. Also, I don't know where I'm going with that one. I can't afford nothing right now, or I can't afford anything for the Evo right now. I owe the taxman $13.5K. Oh my gosh. Hopefully the taxman looks the other way or something along those lines, man. I'm sorry to hear it. Fun towards Prius build for the better. Hey, appreciate the dono, Cole. Are we building a Prius? I'm down to build a Prius. Let's build some Priuses. We'll stance out a Prius. We'll slam it. And we'll just put some hot boy wheels on it. We'll just drive Priuses all day. I'm fine with that. What STI should I get? Honestly, bro, it really depends on your budget, what you want out of the car, and really how many problems you want to deal with. I'm always going to tell you get a GD because I have a special place in my heart for GDs. But GDs are also going up in price and they're getting harder to find. So, I mean, honestly, it really comes down to your budget and like how problematic do you want the car to be. Obviously, the older the car, the more problems it's going to have. It's just inherent with age. Can anyone explain the title? Yeah, so I'm tearing down, for those of you that are just jumping in, I'm tearing down the STI tomorrow. Not completely tearing it down. Intake manifold's coming off. Some other things are coming out. Just so that way we can do final assembly on the car. We never did final assembly on the STI. We skipped final assembly and we went straight to the first start, which there's nothing wrong with that. We were trying to troubleshoot, make sure that everything worked before we continued pouring more time and more money into the car. So now that we verified it works, I need to take a step back, do final assembly on the car. There's one oil leak under the car that I need to address. Whole bunch of small things that just need to be cleaned up. There's a little bit more fabrication and welding I need to do on the intercooler. Just small things like that. Nothing crazy. It's only being torn down for like a week and a half because we have the dyno session with Mr. Bader in about 2.5, 3 weeks. So I just need to get the car 100% ready to go to the dyno. In addition to that, I will be using the X Shift Sequential in DSS carbon fiber drive shaft and axles DSS Pro. Leave front and rear. I believe launching from zero will be hilarious. Do electric cars make turbo noises? Asking for a friend. You can make them make turbo noises. I know with what Teslas you can program in fun sounds. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Am I putting it online? Am I putting what online? I mean, I'll put anything you want online, baby. We can get weird. I got a 17 WRX with 90K, no mods. Not into the WRX scene anymore. Hold or sell. Honestly, I don't see VA chassis WRXs really going up in price. If you are considering moving to a different platform, I'd say if you're going to sell, now is 100% the time to sell. While used car prices are still up, I would say now is the time if you are trying to snag something else, my man. The Evo has a godly ability to spin up turbos. Do you think it's because it has a longer stroke than the WRX, or does comp have... off the top of my head, I don't remember what the compression ratio is off of Evos. Chris, you're in here. What up, boss? Hey, you know Evo compression ratios off the top of your head? Because off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm kind of curious now that that's been brought up. Keen to see you get driving. My closed deck EZ is just about ready to drop in. Need some motivation. That's what I'm talking about. Get that EZ in there. Look at that. Matt's in here. Yeet! Live stream. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm saying, Matt. What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? I have a JDM EJ20 in a USDM car, and I want an access port. How should I go about getting it into work? You're going to need a USDM ECU to make it work, unfortunately. You're going to need a USDM ECU. That's simply the case. You need a USDM ECU. Why tearing down the STI? Just joined the stream. Just to do final assembly. There's some things that I still need to fabricate, weld, powder coat, wiring to clean up, vacuum lines to clean up, just to make everything look appealing, just to make it look better. If you know what I'm saying, we got to move the blow off valve location, move the IAT sensor location, whole bunch of small stuff like that. So it's not getting torn down permanently, just for a week maybe. 8-1. It's only 8-1 in Evos. Really? 8-1. Is that low? I would have thought like 8.5 to like 9-1 or something along those lines. I didn't know it was that low. I mean, nothing wrong with it being that low, but I just figured it'd be a little. And now you're saying 8.5. Is it 8.5 or 8? Is this the place to talk about my Prius? Brandon, we can talk about whatever you want, man. What you got? Bring it to the table. Bring it to the table. 8 to 9, I believe, on the 4G63. Jeremy, how you been, man? How you been, Mr. Jeremy Evo X? What's going on, dude? Yo, I got a 2006 Impreza Wagon 2.5i. Hope to do a swap. You got the perfect chassis right there to do a swap. Swap it all. Whatever you're going to be swapping in, swap it all. I'm about it. Bader's going to send those rods to the moon because I feel like he's going to sauce up Blue way more than he did Karma. Well, with Karma, we're running into that fueling issue. We talked about it the other day, Austin. The big issue we ran into with Karma was fuel line size. Once we got up to that 630 horsepower mark is really where we started to run into fuel pressure issues where it would start to break up. Weirdly enough, I'm actually running into this issue with Blue, too, for some reason. We have a Dash 8 feed, so we shouldn't be dropping pressure. But I think because we have a Dash 8 feed, we might need to increase. Well, fuel pressure shouldn't change based off line pressure size, because if I change fuel pressure to whatever it is, it should reflect the, I don't know. There's a weird fuel issue happening with the STI that I need to figure out also. Chris, please, if you could help out Alexander and I, because I am also curious. I don't have any. It could be the Evo has a smaller exhaust manifold, so the exhaust doesn't have to travel as far as it would in like a WRX. That could also be a factor of it. I'm fantastic, just making the shmoneys. Oh, make them shmoneys, dude. But I really appreciate how much you respond. I do have some serious questions. I'm wondering the best way to relay more detailed questions to you. For the most part, YouTube comments is the quickest way for me to get back to stuff. Email takes me a day or two, sometimes 3 days to get back to emails. Like I have 2 or 3 emails that I still need to get back to. Depending on what it is, either email or comments is really the easiest way. What's my opinion on a sequential gearbox in a daily? Completely unneeded and a waste of money. Don't do it. Glad the STI is running, man. 18 long months, but she sounds gnarly. That car sounds wild. It sounds absolutely wild. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm still waiting on my throttle body flange to come in, so that way I can send that out to Swoops out in New York, who has our current manifold. So, hopefully, here soon, we can make that happen. A nudist has become a member. I thought you were already a member, my friend. You are. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 months. Any thoughts on the Grimspeed BB500 or the Precision Stock Location Replacement Turbo? So I have absolutely no experience with the Grimspeed BB500. I can say, keep an eye out in the next 2 to 3 weeks on the channel for some direct feedback with the Precision Stock Location Turbo, because we may or may not have one on the way. Which doesn't make sense to you guys because all of our cars are not stock location. But keep in mind, there is a Precision Turbo coming. That is a stock location turbo for one of the Subarus. You guys will get more information and details on that here soon. Tanner loves Grimspeed. I do. I like Grimspeed. I just don't like their AOS. I think their AOS is a total waste of money. Their AOS only. Everything else is solid. DZ the Goat, you should do a Subi meet. We just did one a couple days ago. When you're boosting the BRZ, ECU Tech hasn't even released their software for the BRZ quite yet. So until ECU Tech does anything, we can't really do too much with the BRZ, which is fine, because in the meantime, that gives us time to work on the Evo, get the Evo running and driving again, get it tuned, get it back on the road, get the STI fully tuned, work out all the kinks and whatnot, whole bunch of stuff. Turbo giveaway. We're not giving away a turbo. No, this turbo's for one of our cars. It's just not for you. You'll see. You'll see more here soon. I promise. I pulled the motor to my car, and I noticed AOS has the forbidden milkshake, aka oil coolant mixture inside of it. I took out the valve covers, and head is free of anything. What does this mean? So, actually, good question, because this is actually happening in the EG33 STI, the H6 STI out there as well, except mine's not happening in there. Also, appreciate the dono, Ozzy! Appreciate it, man. So, the forbidden milkshake, it's happening in my STI also. The only reason it's happening in my STI is from condensation building up in the oil. Oil has a tendency to trap moisture if it has the opportunity to do so. And when the oil starts to heat up, that condensation has to burn off and it has to go somewhere. So obviously the steam is going to rise up to the highest points it can get to, which is either going to be inside of your AOS or the bottom of your oil cap. If you take off your oil cap, you're going to see the white, frothy, pea milkshake looking nastiness that is that. Now for me, it's because I've been letting the car idle for extended periods of time. It may not necessarily be coolant and oil mixing together in your system. What it could be is that if you're doing short drives, if you're letting your car idle for short periods of time and you're turning it off, that's going to let that moisture build up and it's not going to let it evaporate fully. And what it's going to do is make that milkshake in those areas, which is not it doesn't look good. It smells funny. It looks weird. It looks like pee and nobody likes it. So I wouldn't stress it too much. If you're doing short drives, like driving short distances, you're just letting your car idle for a while, don't stress it. Change your oil. I would probably change your oil a little bit sooner than later if you do have condensation that's getting in there. But for me, that is the main result of it. If you are 100% getting oil coolant mixing, what you can do is let the car cool down a little bit, pop off the radiator cap, look in there, look in your coolant oil or your coolant overflow, and if you see oil in it, then you know they're mixing. But for the most part, I'm guessing it's just moisture that's inside of your oil that's burning off and kind of condensing up at the top of the engine, creating the forbidden milkshake pea looking stuff, which is not a fun time. Where exactly are you guys located? What city? I mean, because when I do more to my Subi, me and my wife want to meet Subi lovers, not out of Fresno, California, like that. Why, you trying to stalk us? You trying to stalk us? I don't like giving. Well, I mean, you guys have seen the PO box. If you see the PO box address, you know what city we're in. We're in Puyallup, Washington. I mean, you can figure that out by looking at the PO box. But yeah, we're about like an hour south of Seattle. Don't stalk us, though. Please don't stalk us. I'm joking. You can stalk us if you want. I can't tell you what to do. We're all adults here. My 06 Roxanne put on the red light again today. She just doesn't want me to get on. She just doesn't want me to get to work on time ever. But she's going in the shop in April, so hopefully things aren't as bad as blue. Hopefully things are not that bad. Hopefully it's something easy. The forbidden chocolate milkshake. Mine's always vanilla. Mine's always like a vanilla lemon cake looking frothy nastiness. It doesn't look good. Subi drivers in Fresno abuse their Subis, and a bunch of crazy kids killing people in their little Mustangs. And jeez, dude, sounds like does not sound enjoyable over there. Just joined. Did I read the description right? Yes. The description or the title? Because the description talks about you can't have your pudding, or you got to eat your pudding in the hallway when the clock strikes midnight. Then you can have your jello. That's our description. But the title, yes, I'm tearing down the STI for a couple of days just so we can go through and do final assembly on the car, because we never did final assembly before. So we're going to go through there, tear things apart, do some powder coating, do some wire cleanup, do some vacuum line cleanup, reroute or move our blow-off valve to a different location, redo some of the charge piping. We're just cleaning up a lot of the things that have just kind of been sitting that I've been putting on the back burner while we've been trying to get things dialed in a little bit more. But now, since the car is going to the dyno in 2 to 3 weeks, it gives us a little bit of time to be able to go through there, clean everything up, weld what we need to weld, fabricate what we need to fabricate, all that kind of fun stuff. I got both of mine cheap. One with a rod knock, one with slammed into guardrail. I have like 2K in both to make one. That's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. You can just combine them like that. I'm gonna come stock, David. I swear. FP green or FP black for a street car? Which one and why? Honestly, it depends on your end goal for horsepower. I really liked my I really liked my FB Black in the STI. I think it was a really good turbo for the street. It was very responsive down low, very responsive up high. It would hold power very well, and it felt like a strong turbo, and it made good power too. FP Green is also a very good turbo, but I think the FP Black's rated a little bit higher. So if you're shooting for a higher power interval, I'd say FP Black. Something a little bit lower, I think the FP Green's about $200 cheaper. I'd say FP Green in that instance. I have an 08 hatch with AVCS codes. After block rebuild, cams have scoring. Will new heads fix these codes? This is always an interesting one. Also, Michael, what's going on, dude? Bro, I was a little sad when you tagged me in your old STI versus Evo race. I know, right? PS, I got 90% from disability. Woo, sheesh. So maybe an Evo by the end of the year, free 2K a month for now. Damn, dude, enjoy that. Enjoy that, my man. Will new heads fix it? Potentially, yes. However, if you're getting AVCS codes, it's probably not related to the head casings themselves. What are the AVCS codes you're getting? Because that will direct us a little bit more to what the problem may be. When are we lifting the BRZ? I mean, I can air it all the way up, and it is way higher than stock ride height. So technically, I could go lift it right now. You want me to? Pops and Banes coming to a street near you. Dude, people are popping and banging out back. I don't know what they're doing. Like these, I don't know what BMW dudes go back there, but there's like an empty parking lot back there, and like 3 nights a week they go back there. They do their pops and bangs, and then they go mob out for a while. I don't get it. I'm happy to DM to talk about more issues. By all means, John, feel free to shoot one over, dude. There were a lot of kids killing themselves back when the WXSTF first came out. My high school and other what? Parents bought them cars. They did. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Just people being careless drivers, and I get what you're saying. I read that the completely wrong way. Buying ethanol in drums in Canada will be a 4-hour drive one way. This sounds like a nightmare to deal with. Rotated pump gas it is. Methanol! If you don't have access to E85, highly consider adding methanol to the car. They have a lot of good methanol systems out there with built-in fail-safes to them. So that way you're not going to try to... It'll alert you at minimum. Check them out. I know Snow Performance is one of them. They have a really good methanol kit. Glad it's nothing major. Nothing major. Just installed the Stealth Edition axle back on the STI. I haven't used the radio since... Oh, very nice. I kind of miss having a car with the rumbles. I like the rumbles. Ozzy, appreciate the dono, dude. Hey, Speedio, 2016 STI with axle. I'm guessing axle back. Want stage 2, tune, intake, and downpipe are too much for stock injectors. True? Correct. Better on stage 1 plus until I have money for fuel mods. 100%. Yes, I do agree with that. Now, here's the thing. Can you do an intake and a downpipe on a 2015 plus STI? Yes. However, you're going to need a custom tune. And there's no point getting that custom tune because you're not going to be using these parts to their full potential because your fuel system's just not going to be able to keep up with it. So in my opinion, it's a waste of money to add all those mods, go get a custom tune to be able to make the fuel system happy with it because you're not even going to be utilizing these parts to their full potential. So I'd say get a downpipe, leave the stock intake, and then when you have the funds, do at least intake, fuel injectors, fuel pump, fuel stumble fix kit, and a boost controller, and then go get a custom tune. That would be my suggestion. Evo or STI? I mean, my STI is a special place in my heart, so I'm going to have to pick STI over Evo. But if we're talking like a stock Evo versus a stock STI, I'm going to have to say Evo right now just because I'm rebuilding our Evo, and I'm very excited for that one. Do you have the suspension you want for the STI, or is that still going to be upgraded? I am on stock struts and springs still. So I have to wait till payday, and then I'm going to get some suspension ordered for that car. It'll probably be BC Racing with some Swift springs, because that is budget friendly, and I know it's good quality. Codes are P0021 and P0011, intake only. I had that problem on the 05 STI. For me, it was the intake cam gear was not aligned properly on the cam, so technically timing was always off. Now, if you're getting these codes, what I would first do, pull out the banjo bolts for the AVCS. If you have filters in them, take the filters out, put them back in. If you're still getting the codes after that, replace your oil control valves. If you don't want to buy anything before you do the oil control valves, you can also pop off all the timing covers and check mechanical timing to make sure mechanical timing is all in check also. You could have one cam gear that is just slightly at like a tooth out of time. That is where I would start. Typically, it is something to do with the AVCS system, whether it is the cam gear, whether it's the oil control valve, the filter screens in the banjo bolts, or it's a direct result of mechanical timing. That's where I would start with those. How much is 91.93 gas price up there where you live? When I saw this morning, it was I want to say it was like $5.45 at Shell, which is absurd. It's wild. What's up, man? What's up, Antonio? What's going on, dude? Hello, what I miss? Oh, me, what's going on? Not much. I guess I'll give another recap on the STI since some people are just swinging in. Not tearing the STI down permanently. I'm only tearing it down for like a week or so. So that way we can go in there, weld some stuff, fabricate some stuff, clean up wiring, clean up vacuum lines. I need to remake spark plug wires. We got some stuff to powder coat, final assembly stuff. So it's only getting disassembled to be reassembled in its final form where its power level will be over 9,000. It'll be fantastic. How long till we all have a still in the backyard? A still in the back. Oh, I see where you're going with that. We making our own E85 out here. D, appreciate the dono, dude. What is the best turbo for a 2021 WRX without going rotated, trying to 600 wheel horsepower? ETS kit. Look into the ETS kit and run like a 6266. 6062 will probably get you there. You're gonna have to run some type of precision or Garrett turbo to be able to hit 600 wheel horsepower. ETS kit is gonna be the way that you're gonna have to go, unfortunately. There are no direct bolt-on turbos that'll get you there for the WRX quite yet. How difficult is it to remove the oil banjo bolt to remove the screen? You get a 17 millimeter, you walk up to it, you unbolt it, you take it out, you pop the screen out, and then you put it back in. On newer STIs, they have the heat shields in the way of them, so you may have to battle with the heat shields to get the heat shields out of the way. They're not even heat shields, they're like death shields that just keep you from being able to get to anything down there. So you may have to be able to pull all those off to be able to get to the banjo bolts. How's the STI? It is sitting in the garage. It's running a little bit rich right now, but it's got a bass tune on it. And the whole point of the bass tune is just to be able to start it, burp the cooling system, move the car around like minutely if I need to. So very basic things along that nature. But it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm kind of glad both of my cars are down right now, so I don't have to buy gas aside from Honestly, the BRZ really isn't bad on gas mileage right now. I was getting 50 miles a gallon in the BRZ earlier. It was fantastic. Also, David, appreciate the dono, dude, and link in the Discord in there. If you guys want, definitely jump in the Discord. Fantastic place. I've been extremely busy the past couple weeks, so I haven't been in there as much as I'd like to, but normally I'm in there a decent amount. But go join the Discord if you want. It's a good time. Oh, good. Thought that was something was wrong with it. Nope, nothing is wrong with the STI. We just got to tear it down for final assembly stuff. Mine is WX intake, only AVCS. Problem is I have replaced all those things and still have codes. Now I'm taking engine back out to swap the heads. I mean, it's possible you could have something lodged into one of the oil galleys in the head, which could be starving one of the AVCS solenoids from getting oil and to be able to actuate properly. If the car is still operable right now, go to the car, set your access port to monitor AVCS left and right, and you want those values to be within, I want to say it's 2 of each other after initial startup. So they're going to sync up. It's going to take about 20 to 25 seconds for the AVCS to sync up. If they are out of whack and one of them is far off, like you'll visually note that one of them is like way out there. You'll be like, that doesn't look right. That'll at least direct you to what side of the head the problem is coming on. So that way you don't have to replace both heads. Heads are expensive. Just for head casings, you're looking at $600 alone. Bare minimum. What size wheel and tire and what coilovers will you get for the STI? Well, the STI already has wheels and tires. It has the Workmotion D9Rs. They're 18 by 9.5 plus 30 with a 5 millimeter spacer in the front to clear the Brimbos. The tires are a 275 35 18. They are DW Continental Plus. They're their summer tire version, not the all season. For suspension, I've already got a lot of chassis bracing on the car. I've already got sway bars on the car. I've already got end links on the car. At this point, I just need coilovers, which will probably be BC BRs with Swift springs, just because that's really what's in my budget right now. So that's the game plan for that. Honestly, more excited to see blue on the dyno than seeing my own Subi on the dyno. Well, now I'm excited to see your Subi on the dyno, and now I want to see yours on the dyno. LOL, good gas mileage. My G35 was lucky to get 17 and 19. Dude, I'm glad the STI isn't drivable right now, because as much as I want to drive that STI, I don't think I could afford to drive it right now. Thoughts on FIC injectors versus ID? Fantastic. Both of them fantastic brands for injectors. I've used FIC in the past. I've used ID. I use ID more frequently than I do FIC because ID typically has the sizes that I need. FIC sizing on injectors is a little bit weird, but both of them fantastic companies to get injectors from. Asmedia, sorry, it's having to... No, dude, you're totally good. You're totally good. Do you think a .75 twin scroll hot side would be a good match for a 3076R? I mean, it's a... Is it V-band? Are we talking V-band? If it's V-band, yes. V-band is always going to be nicer than T3, T4. What is the mounting? V-band, 100% yes. Smaller hot side means it's going to spool up quicker, especially with a V-band. That's also going to bring down spool a little bit more versus a T3, T4 just based off flow and actual like housing, like the way it works. Like Matt and I there was a video we did a while ago where we compared my 6870 to Matt's 6466, which is a V-band housing. The housings are totally different. You can see that his V-band housing flows way better than my T4 does. Parent top mount intercooler on a stock 2015 STI, any issues? Technically speaking, no issues. I'd still advise a tune for it, but technically speaking, you don't need a tune for it. Swift springs are cool and all, but totally not necessary. I'm going to send it. I mean, why not? It's different spring rates. They're a little bit better. Stage 2 plus 21 WX Cobb intake intercooler charge pipe AVCS. Living in Vancouver, no flex over here. What else should I focus on? Looking to make 350 on pump. By the way, you better organize a meet in Washington. We just had a meet in Washington like on Saturday. Last Saturday there was a meet in Washington. It was a chill time. It was a last minute meet though, so I mean you got me there. You want 350 on pump. You could probably do it on stock turbo, but you're going to be stressing the turbo a little bit. Send your turbo out to SoCal Portings if you have the opportunity to do so. FP Blue would be a really good turbo also just to help mitigate some of the stress on the turbo. Low pressure fuel pump is not a bad idea either. Honestly, a front mount, in my opinion, is a little bit better than a top mount. I don't know. Well, you said you have charge pipes, so I'm assuming you're still top mount. AOS, if you don't already have one. We have no emissions in Washington. So I'm not directly telling you to do a TGV and EGR delete, but if you can get your hands on an EGV and TGR delete, it'll probably help you get you there a little bit more also. Some pro tuning, it should get you there. Honestly, turbo is going to be the biggest factor for you. TN is high-key Garbo. I will never buy TN. I'm sorry. TN was a fantastic suspension company in the early to mid-2000s, and then you won't catch me buying TN, unfortunately. I was so hyped when you got that bad boy fired up. Dude, I was so hyped when I got that bad boy fired up. I peed my pants a little bit. Remember, all the cool kids pee their pants. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Another one. I missed it. It's all right. We'll do another one. We'll do another one soon. Karma gets 14 on the highway with E. That car is not built for gas mileage. I can tell you that much right now. What up, Keith? What up, Chase? What up, you little beautiful man? Ready for the H6 STI to get the sauce. Same. I'm tired of seeing it sit in the garage. Very tired of seeing it sit in the garage. EGR, unplug 4-1. See? That's what I'm saying. Would it be worth it to STI swap my 14WX hatch? STIs are too expensive. That depends on what your definition of STI swap is. Are you just looking to do a drive chain swap? Are you looking to do like Brembos? To what extent are you doing like interior? To what extent are we STI swapping? Honestly, if it were me, buy an STI 6-speed, buy an R180 rear diff, get the appropriate axles, swap to 5x114, get the Brembos, send it from there, build an EJ25, use some, I prefer B25 heads, or you can use W25 heads if you want. You can use whatever head you pronounce, or whatever heads you prefer, but totally worth it, totally worth it. Tian, pronounced as Tane. I will forever till my deathbed call them Tian. Forever until my deathbed. Wide body on the STI. I would like to wide body the STI at some point. To be honest, it's expensive. And I don't have the funds to do it right now. What is your storage unit? So it's actually, or what size is it? It's technically, it literally, it's not a storage unit. It's actually a shop. That whole area I'm in where the Evo is at, where the shop is at, none of those are storage units. They're all workspaces for people to do automotive. It's mainly an automotive-focused facility where people rent out all these bays. You have people who paint in there. You've got people who powder coat. You've got people who do like rebuilds, general maintenance on stuff. People who build like crazy things in there. But my size is a 16 by 25. It's the smallest size that they offer. It took me months to be able to get into that unit. I'm on an internal wait list to be able to get to the next size up in there. But fantastic having a small, even just having a 16 by 25 workshop like that. It's fantastic. Once the Evo's running, I'll start working on other people's cars in there for them as well. I'll start building motors over there. It'll be a good time. We sending it to the moon. Everyone keeps saying we're sending the STI to the moon. No, nah. We going to Mars. Going to Mars. Mars. But yes, TN was great in the early 2000s, not so much anymore. 100%. 100%. That's the thing. Like, if you're selling products and you're trying to be competitive, your product has to evolve over time. It has to grow with the competition that's out there. You can't just keep doing all the... You can't keep the same product for 25 years and people expect to keep buying it. It's just not how it works. Taco Bell should bring back the grilled stuffed burrito. Matt, you're still salty about the grilled stuffed burrito. I agree, though. I agree. Matt, we're over Taco Bell, man. We've eaten way too much of it. Will ETS header fit with thick Mishimoto intercooler? It should. You should have a radiator in between the intercooler and the header. So it should, yeah, 100%. Oh, spam bot. Spam bot. Get out of here. I'm getting him. I'm getting him. David, don't take this from me. Let me get him. Let me get him. Oh. In timeout. Who did I just time out? Who did I just put in timeout? Oh, no, I got Wayne! Wayne, I'm sorry! No! Wayne, I am so sorry. I am so bad with trying to get spam bots. Can I undo? Can I undo? How do I retract? Oh, Wayne, I'm so sorry. Wayne, I didn't mean to. Wayne, I didn't mean to, man. Wayne, please forgive me. It was an accident. I was going for the Vom red spam thing. Oh my god, dude! Every time I feel this, I feel so bad. I accidentally got. I get people all the time on accident. I'm sorry, Wayne. Wayne, please forgive me. I feels bad. Just jumping in. Why tearing it apart? Coolant overheating issues. No, so we got all that sorted. Bruh. I know. I'm sorry, Wayne. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No, I'm tearing the STI apart so that way we can get it ready for final fab or final. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so asphyxiated on the Wayne thing now. Fixated on the Wayne thing, not asphyxiated. I'm not choking on Wayne. Wayne, I'm not choking on you. I'm sorry. No, I'm tearing the STI apart for final assembly. We have some things that we need to weld, fabricate still, powder coat, clean up, a whole bunch of things like that. So we're just tearing the STI apart so that way we can get final assembly, like final assembly done, because the car is going over to Josh's dyno for the break-in tune. So I need to get everything resituated before we go to the dyno. Plumber, appreciate the dono. Sorry, Wayne. Wayne, rip Wayne. Wayne, I apologize. Please don't be mad at me, man. Please don't. It's gonna keep me up at night now. It's gonna keep me up at night. Why always the oil coolers on your rides? What do you mean why do I add oil coolers? I add oil coolers because the stock oil cooler is an oil warmer. Because it has coolant that flows through it, your oil temp and your coolant temp correlate very closely, and having an external cooler is just a little bit better. So Calmer got me a hit on my license today. Forgot to mention that. What'd you do? You speeding? You speeding over there? No, Wayne! Wayne's World. Yes, Wayne's World. Wayne's World. It's Wayne's World now. Only you saw the spam bot. Only I saw the spam bot? Nobody else saw the spam bot? David, also appreciate the dono, my friend. Nobody else saw this. Pray for Wayne. Nobody else saw the spam bot. That was just me. I can't. Also, for everybody in the Pacific Northwest area and outside of the Pacific Northwest area that plans on going to Big Northwest, tickets go on sale tomorrow. The Blue Brew will be going to Big Northwest this year, so if you are going to Big Northwest, make sure to snag your ticket tomorrow, because I don't know if they're going to sell out. It got moved to Dirtfish now, so Keep that in mind. Pray for Wayne. Party on, Wayne. Wayne! How do I make an oil cooler fit with a front mount intercooler and ETS headers? You're going to have to get a little creative. Go check out the one that I did for Karma. I have a video on when I built the oil cooler for the 05 STI, which ironically I ended up taking it off a little bit later. Party on Garth. But that gives a full walkthrough on how to build your own oil cooler kit. You're going to have to get a little bit creative mounting the oil cooler, but aside from that, making the oil cooler lines and getting the thermostatic plate on there is super simple, I promise. I got to stop watching you. I'm getting prices on getting my old block built. Do it, Mike! Build it. Build it up, Mike. Build it. What's Big Northwest? I'm here in Washington, too. It's the biggest Subaru meet up here. Happens once a year. It's well worth it. It's a fun time. It's a good time. Do you think you will be selling the Evo as you did Karma after finishing this build? I do not, actually. The Evo is one that I don't plan on letting go. So the whole reason that I let go of the 05 STI was for a couple reasons. A, so I could get the shop space. B, because I wanted to snag another build, something that's different from Subarus, because I've built so many Subarus in my life now. I wanted to mix it up. I've always wanted an Evo, and that Evo came up at just the right time, where when we sold Karma, I had the funds to go get the Evo. I loved the 05 STI. Austin loves it now, but for me, no. Like, a part of me misses the 05 STI, a part of me doesn't. Because I've got the Blueberry to fulfill all of my Subaru needs. So I have no intentions on selling the Evo unless somebody gives me a wild out. Like, obviously, if somebody gave me a really good offer on the Evo after it got running, I probably wouldn't say no to that because I mean, come on. Evos are selling for stupid money, but I have no plans to sell the Evo. Might have to go. Do it. Well worth it. You can always just get a Bluetooth oil cooler. That I don't advise that. Please, nobody Bluetooth oil cooler their cars. That will not end well for your engine. How long is Wayne in timeout? Wayne was in timeout for 5 minutes. Wayne, as soon as you get off of timeout, man, please say something. Wayne! Wayne, he's back! Wayne, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I was going for the spam. Did nobody else see the spam bot? Was that only me that saw it? Let me see if I can scroll up and see it. I'm going to see if I can find the spam bot again. I don't. I think the spam bot's gone now. The spam bot is legitimately gone now? You got to be kidding me. No, he's right there. Okay, no, I found the spam bot. I found the spam bot. Let me show you guys my chat window. Because I try to clean these up as soon as I see them. As soon as I see them. Right here. Spam bot. ROM. And Wayne was right above the spam bot. And to mute the spam bot, I got to go way over here. And it's always hard to line them up. Like, YouTube, fix this. So that way I don't actually accidentally mute Wayne. I'm sorry. Wayne, I apologize, man. I'm so sorry. It's Wayne's world now. Tanner, what are your thoughts on the Outfront V4 versus the Racer Plus? Outfront. I got to give it to Outfront, man. I got to give it to Outfront. Outfront, they're my homies. They're my homies. I have Outfront do all my machining for me, so I got to keep giving it to Outfront. Plus, I have absolutely no experience with the Racer Plus. Unless, does Outfront do the Racer Plus? I don't even know what the Racer Plus is, to be honest. I've never even heard of that one before. How do you even find a place like a shop like all these YouTubers get? I've been looking so long. I really just... So for me, I just honestly, I hopped on Google. I typed in rentable shop space or shop space for rent and looked around a little bit. This facility is one that I've known about for a couple of years now, but it's always been so hard to be able to get in there. Like, I rented that unit out before it was actually available for leasing. I think I rented it out 2 weeks before it actually went live for everybody else to be able to rent out. Honestly, it was just a lot of Googling. I looked at a lot of places. And most of the ones around here locally are all like industrial warehouses, which are like very, very difficult or very, very expensive and way, way outside of my budget. So luckily, I was able to get that one. Gonna call the dealer that has an 07 STI near the end of the month to see if I can get a deal. Yes! 07 STI is the pinnacle year of Subaru, in my opinion. Purely opinion, but I believe it is the pinnacle year for the STI. It's the best year, in my opinion. They Outfront. I have no idea about the Racer Plus ones. Let me look those up because I've actually never looked into them before. Racer Plus Outfront Motors. Racer Plus? I'm like looking on their website right now. I still don't see it. I don't know. I'll look it up after this. I don't want to spend too much time digging around for it right now. But I'll look around for it. I think it got touched on already. What fuel you plan on running in the H6? It'll be flex fuel, E85, and pump gas. So I have just a universal GM flex fuel sensor in there that I wired into the Haltech. So that way we can run pump gas and we can run E85 whenever we wish. Okay, thanks. I was just trying to figure out some place like Dustin Williams, his shop before he got... I'm pretty sure that he had TJ Hunt's old shop or something along those lines. I don't know. I don't really follow them too much. I don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube also, but I think he took like TJ's old shop or something along those lines. Maybe I should go for the next engine giveaway. Save some monies. Yes, we are doing another engine giveaway on the next merch drop. I have merch en route to me coming in. It's supposed to be here in a couple days. I think it's in Los Angeles right now, and then it's coming up here for inventory stuff. New jet tags, new beanies that I am stocking here. I'm trying to keep an inventory here now, so that way I can just stock things here instead of doing drop shipping on some stuff, just to be able... I'm always going to offer the drop shipping stuff on merchandise because that allows me to give you guys the opportunity to have every size option for whatever you guys want. Because if I honestly couldn't, there's no way I'd be able to stock every single size for every single thing that we do. So some of it will still be dropship, but a lot of it I'm trying to move in-house here. I got a shop last year, 10 by 30. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. They called me asking if it was for a car. Yeah, the door wasn't wide enough to fit a car through, and it was the last space available. Got refunded. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. How do I check for a boost leak? You could use the soapy water method where you go around the engine bay and spray the hoses with soapy water. And if you see bubbling come up, then you've got a vacuum leak there. You could do, what is the other option? Smoke test. That's another option that's pretty widely available. Are you adding pullovers? I will do a pullover for this one. Yes. Well, I've always had the hoodies, but I'll do one without hoods on this next one. Kyle, I'm excited for the merch drop. Whoop, whoop. And Kyle, don't think I forgot about you, man. I have your email pinned. I got you, my dude. Dustin used to do videos for Throttle, and he would occasionally be at TJ's Throttle shop, although current space is the same complex. I don't know how much it is down there, but I'm pretty sure shop space down there is expensive. By the way, I'm sure you know, but Austin, I saw, if you didn't watch the BRZ STI first drive attempt video the other day, Karma's actually in that video, back to black again. Looks fantastic as black. Raven Child, appreciate the dono, dude. Bro, hear me out. We need baby on board style stickers, but for on break-in period. I love it. I'll make something like that happen. I got you. I got some of the new stickers printed. I think I have one of them here. Some people get really upset when I call my car shit boxes. I call all my cars shit boxes. What it is. So, one of the next ones in the next merch drop is like, you guys can't even see this. Oh, there you go. Shitbox stickers. Because I like them, and I thought they were funny. And I think they're chill. I've got one on my laptop for tuning. Or the tuning laptop. But yeah, a whole bunch of cool stuff coming out for the next one. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to stock a whole bunch of stuff here. Just to make life a little bit easier. Hey man, love the videos. Keep it up. Hey, thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate it, my friend. Do we have any 3XL homies in the chat? I have a brand new Media Drive hoodie I would like to pass to someone. There we go. Kyle coming in clutch if anybody's looking. If anyone's out there, Kyle got you. By the way, man, I'm sure you know. Oh yeah, that was the Austin one. Yes. Karma looks fantastic. Back to black again. Absolutely love it. 90s, 2000s shitboxes are life. That's the Evo. That's our Evo shitbox. Somebody was actually this came up on Instagram the other day. Somebody suggested kind of an idea for. Well, not even an idea, but they're like, oh, you should do a muscle car in your next build or something like that. I'm tossing around the idea. This is something that I've wanted to build for a very long time because mainly the cars that I've mainly played with in the past have all been JDM cars. I dabbed my toe into the European market a little bit. Hell, even 80 shitboxes. I'm about 80 shitboxes. I dabbed my toe into the European market a little bit, and we have the GTI outside. But the next one, I want to try to find an old square body and do an LS square body. I think that would just be... there's something about square bodies. Absolutely love them. It would be our shop truck. It would be fantastic. It would be a fun thing to do. I'm about it. So, if anybody sees any old square bodies that aren't stupidly expensive, that need some love and some restoration work, by all means, feel free to send square bodies my way because I'd like to snag one here soon. Dude, I just finished my break-in period too. LOL, next time, 100%. Hey, well, hopefully you don't have another break-in period for a little while, dude. Ace Media, any recommendations to learn more about tuning? In the last video upload, the Evo video, if you guys go in there, if you guys want, you guys know, I actually don't know if everybody knows. I'm an affiliate with High Performance Academy. If you guys don't know, they do a lot of like online schooling for fabrication, tuning, engine building, you name it, suspension tuning, whole bunch of stuff. That is honestly one of my go-to places. Like, even though I'm affiliate with HPA, fantastic classes, like genuinely worth it. I don't know if Matt's still in the chat, but Matt bought all of the classes before we were actually affiliated with HPA. Honestly, well worth it. If you guys are looking to take like online classes to learn about car stuff, HPA 100%. 100%. And there's discount codes and video descriptions if you guys want to save a little bit of money, but fantastic way to learn about that kind of stuff. I got stuff to do, but I'll say it again since you scrolled past it. It's not that hard to speed in the 05 STI. Dude, 100%. It's super easy to speed in that thing. Gave me 15 over. Dangerous. Dangerous. That car's easy to speed in. I love the Shipoxy box lingo. Our cars are sheep and we act like sometimes they're Ferraris. Hey, there are Ferraris. Matt still is in the chat. See, +1 for HPA. HPA honestly really is well worth it. It's a fantastic one. What's the square body? What you mean what's the square body? Oh, let me show you. I love square bodies. For some reason. Something like this. I want to do a bagged LS swapped square body. Just because they look so good. I love them. I love them. Where's like... You can't tell me that don't look good. You can't tell me those things don't look good. You said was HPA, High Performance Academy. Well worth it. Yeah, this is a square body. It's they're just old trucks. Throw an LS into an old square body. We'll rattle can the exterior of it. Just make it look half decent. Throw it on some bags. Think would be fun. I'm about it. I want to do something like this. I don't think everybody is into like this style or like this type of thing. But square bodies are cool. I've always liked square bodies. I think they're just getting expensive. Even something like this. Like, they're dope. They're dope. I like them. I like square bodies. You said... Oh, no. Corn on the cob stick knob. Corn on the cob stick knob if you run E85. I like stick knobs and corn on my cob. I like corn on the cob. Everybody likes corn on the cob. Watched your knock video. Currently trying to figure out why I'm getting negative 8.5 feedback knock on second and fourth gear, only at low RPM load and not consistent with no damn movement. Check around the knock sensor. See if you have any like loose bolts or anything around that on the knock sensor. That will definitely set it off also. Do a bagged LS swapped 6872 Chevy. Ooh, I had a bagged LS swapped 98 S10 on 22s. That's what I'm saying. An old square body I think would be really cool. 2JZ 68 C10 on billet intro wheel. Ugh. So I'm saying, I think it would be cool. I think it would be different. I think it would be fun. I've also heard that square bodies are too fucking sick. That's what I'm saying. I've also heard that LSs are a lot easier. I've never done a V8. I've had a V8. I had one V8 once. It was in the Maserati that I had for like 3 weeks. Wouldn't buy it. Wouldn't suggest a Maserati to anyone. Don't buy one of those. But an LS would be kind of cool. Bagged LS or 2J swap square body. 2Js are way too expensive nowadays. They're just way too expensive. How much is a 2JZ long block? Let me look. 2JZ long block for sale. I want to say they're stupid expensive now. I want to say they're upwards of like $8,000. Woo! $6,500 for a long block. I don't need the trans, so I guess like, can we find one without a trans? Shopping. Let's look at some shopping. That one's $20,000. I think that was fully built though. Toyota Supra 1998, 2003 liter JDM 2JZ GTE VVTi, 6700. What is this? LS IS 300. That was GTE. 4300. I guess this one's not terrible. Oh, it's a 1JZ. That's why it's a 1J. I mean, we can do a 1.5J. 2J bottom end, 1J head. We can do that. I don't know. I think an LS would be kind of cool. I think an LS would be kind of fun. We don't really... I don't know. I've never done V8 stuff before. It'd be kind of cool to do. Fox Body Mercury Capri for a budget. Go to for G Body. Take your pick up on the. Ooh. I want to see a Truce Media square body swap. Go with a Barra. Come on, you know. Can we even get Barras in the United States? I got a Datsun 720. I'm trying to do an engine swap in. Yes. I love swapping a square body as a walk in the park. I assume it would be pretty straightforward. They got some pretty big engine bays in there. One JZ or one UZ. One UZ would be kind of cool. I wouldn't be opposed to a one UZ. I can get a 2JZ for $4,600 for my work. Advanced Auto Parts. What? Advanced Auto Parts sells 2JZs? Is that a thing? That's a thing? Is that a thing? Apparently that's a thing. Anyways, we've been going for about an hour, you guys. I gotta go get some dinner. And I have some emails I gotta respond to and some other stuff that I gotta knock out tonight. But thanks for swinging through, you guys. As always, appreciate the donos and coming to kick it. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions. Oh, why am I tearing it down? I'll run over that real quick also. Just tearing the STI down to do final assembly on it. That's going to be powder coating, some fabrication, some welding, basic things like that just to get it ready to go to the dyno in 2 to 3 weeks. So that way Josh can do all of his stuff. But anyways, I got to jump off, you guys. I'm going to go eat some dinner, get back to work, respond to some emails, and get some other stuff sorted. So with that, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your work week. I appreciate everyone swinging through. And with that, I will catch all of you. Hold on. Why are you tearing it apart? I said why I was tearing apart. We covered that again. We covered that again. I gotta go eat some dinner. I gotta go eat some food, you guys. But anyways, all right, I'm jumping off. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. So peace out, you guys. I'll catch you in Friday's live stream. Have a good rest of your work week. Have a good rest of the week. Whatever it is you guys are doing. If you're on vacation, do the vacation. Yes, Angel, I will tear you down just to build you back up, though. So with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo! And then I gotta find the end stream button, and then I just disappear. Wait.